Welcome to another episode of Not for the Weak-Minded. This one we're going to take a look at some early photographs, and I've got some things to show you with these photographs that's going to blow your mind, really. It's going to make a lot of people just completely ignore what they're going to see coming up, and they're not going to have any answers for it, put it this way, to the point where they're not going to believe it's there, even though it is. Right? So 19 of the world's oldest photos reveal a rare side of history. So thank you for watching. My name is Keith Sanders, and I'm going to show you some images of space after this. So 19 of the world's oldest photos reveal a rare side of history. Old shots. We'll get into that one in a minute. The oldest photo title goes to this guy. Wow, this guy. Sorry. 1826. Joseph Nice for a Niepieci, depending on how you say it. An area. According to that, you can see some buildings if you look carefully. Did it using pewter, bitumen and water. Interesting. And then this is the guy that's made the heliographic technique. Daguerre. And this is his house. One of the images. You can see this is a woman, a giant woman, like that. I think this is a person in this painting up here. You got the horn's head, right? Baby faces. Yeah, it's not about that. So the first photo that I saw in this collection, and when I saw it, I was like, "Holy moly! People are not gonna know what's going on here." So this image is of his street, shot in 1838. Picture shows a view taken by Louis Daguerre from his home. The early daguerreotypes, as image taken uses stereo techniques, would come to be called, required a long exposure time, making it difficult to capture moving people or objects. It was difficult to take decent pictures in conditions that did not have excellent lighting. Okay, excellent lighting. So there must have been excellent lighting in 1838 to take this shot, is what they're saying. Pretty impressive, right? So let's go down here. That's the image. That's the stock image. Now I want you to look at this section right here, where my mouse is now. And if you look carefully, you can see there's a face there. There's a demon face, or a goat-headed, two horned face in the sky. Okay. So let me try to zoom in. Can you see it? Eye, nose, mouth, head, two horns. It's got a really stumpy head. It goes back. Goat's head, maybe. I thought that very strange. So I took an image, and all I did was come into edit. I'll show you exactly what I did with every single one of these, so you don't, think I've tampered with the images or anything. Because all I've done is come into filters, enhance the image. Right, make full enhancement, adjustments, put the light up, put the color up, put the clarity up. That was it. Save a copy. Okay, that was all I did with every single photo. So now you've just seen that. You can see. Obviously, I'm editing the image now with the light, but that stock image, you can still see clear as day. There's a face in the skies above the houses. Random, right? Like I said, many people are just going to ignore it. You know, some people with bad eyesight, they might, you know, they might be excused a little. But that's clear. Clear as day. Zoom in a bit more. Eye, nose, mouth. Horns. Some kind. So what is it? What can cause this phenomenon to be captured? Right? In this image. This image captured from 1838. The architecture back then, you know. We'll get into that later. So it's the oldest picture of a living person. We'll presume it's this thing. These people down here. This person at the well. Is that a person? I don't know. I don't see anyone else, do you? Someone's on the rooftop. That's definitely someone like a pump, a well. The oldest selfie. This guy. Oh. No, this is another image we're going to look at more carefully. So this is apparently the first photograph of the moon, shot by English scientist and historian John William Draper in 1840. This is one of the earliest attempts to photograph the moon. Taking a photo at night under poorly lit conditions was a difficult task at the time, something that can be seen in the poor quality of this image. Later in 1850, Draper and astronomer William Cranch Bond created that type of the star Vega, part of the constellation Lyra, according to the American Physical Society. So, let's get into this one next then. Where are we at then? Down here. So this is the same principle. Stock image and enhanced image with color. You know, it's not much difference. Not really. However, let's look at what it really represents. The phases of the moon. Do you see there's two discs there captured? One disc, two disc. Right? So this disc, these discs have everything to do with the seasons, right? Because the moon has its own light source. It has to be round, right? Like everything else in space is circular, you know, spherical if you want to call it that. It's two discs, look. Clear as day. So, there's an answer. First photograph of sitting president. Oldest surviving photo of US president. Look at him, look. He looks happy, doesn't he? Old Quincy Adams. I'm sure he was a charming fellow. Earliest known photo of Lincoln. Next page. Another one. Lincoln in 1864. Battle of Antietam. From Maryland, September 1862. I'll put all these links up so you can look at yourself in your own time and read if you want. But the Civil War, new photography techniques meant that these types had fallen out of use. Here, Alma A. Pollock created this stereoscopic photograph in which two photos taken from slightly different angles give a 3D effect when viewed together. Right. And we still do that today. The photos showing Fort Sumter were printed on albumen silver paper. The photograph shows Fort Sumter after it was taken by the Confederacy in 1861. The fall of Fort Sumter effectively marked the beginning of the US Civil War, a conflict that would widely be photographed. There you go. That looks like some kind of fort, aqueducts, some kind, walkway. And that's the one you see at the start, uprising in France. June 25th, 1848. Boy. Barricades. And you got the earliest photo of human conflict. Again, pretty cool. And you got the first solar eclipse photo. So I did this one. Wait. So what if both objects have their own disks? You know? Sorry. Just a thought. Just a thought, right? They work independently of each other. So, anyway, there's an official NASA image. You know, you can do these with these images as well by going into other programs. I mean, I'm only doing it through the edit, and you can see there's certain lies in a minute, for sure, right? And certain images that are meant to be, you know, from space. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, that's for later. Right. I think that's the end of that. This one. So anyway, I did bring them up individually, just to remind myself. There. So this is 21st photographs from the history of photography. And you've gone into a little bit already about the history of it. You've seen the first photograph. And this is apparently the first colour photograph. To me it looks like a bunny, you know? I can't zoom out any further. But yeah. Taken by James Clerk Maxwell, 1861. Okay, can I relaunch? I mean, this is freaky as well. First digital photograph. These lines. Make note of that, alright? Make note of these lines, okay? Excuse me. The first photograph of a person. Well, we've seen that in it, making on his pump. First selfie, we've seen that. The first hoax photograph, apparently. Yeah. First aerial photograph. What a beautiful photo that is. From 1860. Boston. The mean streets of Boston. A hot air balloon. Oh, we got some corkers coming up. The sun. The first sun photograph. Right. The first space photograph. This one here. See, that's a straight line. All they've done is gone up in a hot air balloon, took the image from low Earth orbit at an angle, and cut the rest of the image off in editing. So all this is just, it should be sky air. Anyway, deceitful these people, these serpents. The first news photograph, we'll get into that in a sec. Not that, I mean the techniques that they use. I'll go for them individually. And then the first president photograph. Eyes are the window to the soul. First lightning photograph. You may have seen a glimpse of that one earlier. First fatal airplane crash photograph. There you go. That's one from my mates to research for their air crash investigation love. First moon. Seen that one. First coloured landscape photograph. 1877. Where are we at? Somewhere in France. Southern France, yeah, with the name Louis. First photograph of Earth from moon. Right, look at the lines. Remember I said take note? First digital photograph. Yeah, this is just another digital print. It's not a photograph. It's a digital print of an imaginary image of what they want you to believe it to be. And we'll get into the analysis of these in a minute. I'm just going to go for them. And then the first tornado photograph. First photograph from Mars. They've never been to Mars. And if you do diligent research into Viking 1, you'll find out that all rovers were to be exposed as on Earth, just like Curiosity has. Because Mars is not a planet, like you've been told, right? Sorry. Because of sonoluminescence, right? They're not something to be landed upon. The first 3D American president portrait. Of course. It's Barack Obama. Gave him a Nobel Peace Prize, this one, right? Unbelievable. So, these are the images. So let's do them individually. Let's do the first one. No, what are we doing? This is the first solar eclipse. Oh look, so there's their image. Zoom in a bit. Zoom out. This is the one I've just done. Look at it. Look, it's just a doctored image. It's right in the corner. You see a face, right? See a face there. But yeah, the sun's a disc, right? And there's two discs somehow, and they play a role in everything. You see, that's not there in the image, right? See, it's there now. So they hide stuff all the time. See a grey alien there, look. Ready? Eye, head, mouth. Doesn't look like it's got a nose. This is why I try to get into understanding what I'm seeing with my eyes. Now, many of you obviously have started off with the faces. You might say it's our pareidolia, but it's not. I swear to you, there's more to it. It's been captured in the first photograph, and you can see it once you start training yourself how to look at finding the eyes and the facial shapes and looking at the difference and the slight difference in the colours, particularly of the skies today. Because a lot of sky watchers they've got it. So yeah, you don't see it. It's not there, look. It's just that square box around it. That's an official image. This is an official image, right? It's got a square box in it. Just proves that it's been edited. It's not real, right? So what's next? This one. And as I was talking about, this is not from space. This is from low Earth orbit, right? So, this image. First one. So that's their image. That's what it looks like when you do the process. What's going on? Right? What's going on out here? Got all these demons in it. And this is where people want to jump ship, I'm afraid. So face, eye, nose, mouth. And this is why I started looking into myself, looking into life, and I created the face life theory. And I never actually got round to explaining all of it. I've done a lot of research, but I put it to one side because it's not important, right? Most people are never going to believe that life is made up of these interconnected faces, right? That is in the air, which is the air, which is all life. In fact, it's in us. It is life, right? It's. I know it's crazy, but you can see it. You can see that there's demon beings in these images. So this was took at probably at night time. Actually, in low Earth orbit, above the clouds. You know, this is a straight line. There's no curve there. You just got to tilt the image. I can't do it with this, but if you tilt the image this way, that way, and put it straight, that's how they've done it, right? That's all it is. So there's that one. Notice the lines, the print. It's a print. Right, let's go back to that article quickly. It's the first page on it. This one. I do believe. I don't know. This was that second page of this one. Yeah, we went into that. Didn't do this one. I just stopped at the sun, didn't I? So yeah, great. Let's finish this. Chartist meeting. This tower. From Zeus's temple, of course. Early anesthesia. Right, now I've done. Where is it? First print of a baby, wasn't it? It wasn't this one. That's why. Where is it? There it is. See the lines? first digital photograph, right? So that was a digital camera, or it was data then printed digitally, right? So where is it? This one. It's the same. Perfect lines. Again, this isn't real. I mean, what's this? Right? That looks just like a UFO's been put in the image. It's got a square around the image box with what looks like a UFO, you know, or an object put in there. So that's been added in. But yeah, it's there, look. Is that meant to be Jupiter? Come on. It's been added in. You've got a square box around it. What are you doing? There. Again, like you can see there's something not right. Because I'm not, there is a different proponent to understand about the Earth and it having levels. And what this reminds me of is that, to be honest, that it goes up in stages. You know? So there has to be water flow from north to south. Because I obviously think this is taken on Earth. Right? Not the moon. The moon is not something to be landed upon again. And we've never been to the moon. But what they've done is they've stitched cleverly things together to convince you that it's real. I don't know, what's up with the Earth? We know their images are fake anyway. So yeah, let's just go through them now. Lightning, again, pretty cool. Yeah, this weird patternation here. Discharge. So this is another image. In fact, this is the next bit. 2 seconds. So they're all them. Just seen all them. So we're on this one now. And this is top NASA photos of all time. Okay, that's photoshopped, right? You can Google this. The creators of this admit it's photoshopped because it has to be. It's not real. In fact, as I've been saying, the first stock image came from low Earth orbit using a perfectly circular window, right? And nothing was proportionally correct. Nothing. And all is these images going through the time up to today are all different. They've all got wrong proportions on them, right, in representation. Up to today, that is, you know, up to the model itself works because they've mapped the Earth using the perfect circle. However, the visualization of this is not really what it really looks like, right? And I was trying to say to you with this one, not that one, this one, that it kind of has levels and it has to go down like it does there, like there's engineering involved, right? Because I don't think this is real either. This is not real. They've just cut this in there. This would carry on going, but this is somewhere on Earth. You know, it's probably somewhere that got bombed. The hell. Because there was once ancient nuclear war on the Earth, but most people don't really want to look at that information, do they, today, and understand that it could happen again. So November 2008, photos of all time. So let's go from this one. There it is. It's that big originally, so I have to blow it up, and when I do, it comes like that, right? So the stock image is small, so that one there has been edited already to create that, because that's what it originally looks like, the image. And so watch, that's what happens. It's been doctored. This one here, I've added the Vegente. But you can see that, look, that is not a real image. You see what I'm saying? This is not an real image. Look, it's got purple, greens coming out there. Looks like an alien head. Again. This isn't real, is it? And what's with all these things? What's all this? From that. Oh, that's another one. I enlarged, messed it up. So here's another one. We'll get into that in a second. Right, let's talk about how they do this. They have several techniques which have been exposed about how they can make two images in one, to make one image, right? So they can use editing to use land and you know, this black scenario to convince you of this reality. Right. So how they do it has been very clever in terms of using still images and movies and in a specific way, filmed a specific way to actually trick your subconscious mind, when in reality it's all deception. Everything. It's that deep, you know, and unfortunately many people don't let's just say don't want to have faith in the creator, let's call it, or creation knowledge of this earth. They're easily to be led astray, let's say. Anyway, next image. You can see it's a telltale thing. Again, got the ability to just cut off an image and replace it with just a black background. It's not real. The scene is real. The land is real. He's real. But the background's been cut off. Make it look real. This is not real. It's, you know, the Hubble Space Telescope is not real. It doesn't exist. This is a CGI image of made up data that they want you to believe the universe really looks like. And in reality, it doesn't. So that's CGI. This is CGI. No, it's not. This is another clever trick. It's two images. I mean, what's this up here? It's a reflection. It's got 24 written on it. See it? No, ready? Let me zoom in on that one. Because I didn't take all images here and analyse them. Let's zoom in. It says 24 there on the thing. 2, 4. Don't know, it looks like a 6. Whatever it is, it looks like a coffin or something. It shouldn't be there. For sure. Not floating in space anyway. And look, it's all wrong. It's all... Look, what's this? You know? This is a placed image. And what's this thing? I mean... It's meant to be part of him, is it? Come on. Again, it's very clever, but it's not real. That's real. It's just not on the moon. It's on Earth. Curiosity is not on Mars, it's on Earth. They have been caught continually doctoring the images to make it red, you know. You got American flags that are purple colour because they've added red to the images. You know what I mean? This type of stuff. It's a joke. It's all they've been caught. It's all on Earth. Not going to Mars, doesn't it? You know, because rockets can't get past the dome firmament. We live in an enclosed system. Destruction of this rocket. Probably a real image, right? This is another fake composite. CGI nonsense. Real image, except for deception when filming the rocket, because it just goes out to sea. What goes up must come down. First step on the moon. Again, look at this. This is just awful. Really? 1969. You had better cameras back in fucking 1800s than... Come on, really? You think they can do better than that, right, by then? That's what I mean. That's why it's interesting when you look at the earlier photographs. You know, look what was being produced in 1838, for photography wise, right? And yet you're gonna tell me that that's the best they could have done? Nah. But you know, come on. They've been hiding this tech from us as well. A real image. Just dudes that like dudes, you know, and doing all sorts of probably random stuff to children. Yeah. All dressed up like idiots that are going nowhere but to hell. Not real. The redshift theory, all this stuff, you thinking redshift, you know, it's bullshit. It's been proven that the universe is not forever expanding by observations on the ground and through 3 different, let's call lower Earth orbit sound mapping technologies. Kobe being one, Planck Institute the other, and there's another one I've forgotten. Another fake image. This probably is a real image in low Earth orbit that's been fisheye lensed with a imposed second image with this dude. Simple as that. You know, that's just, you know, that's as easy as it is to trick your subconscious mind. There's the curve, and he's real. He's really floating around in space, in a void, right? In a vacuum. When he's in low Earth orbit, ridiculous. Again, look at this. Quarantine. Folks, quarantine. Social distancing. They're all in quarantine. If you haven't actually watched them do the interview when they return from the moon, I highly recommend you do it. And if you're not adept at reading body languages, let's say, right, learn that first. Go and learn how to read body languages, and then watch the video with these people in it. They never went to the moon. Their body language tell us everything we need to know. They are liars. There you go, clever editing. More clever editing. It's just, backdrop black. Simple as that. You know, there's no, you know, they can do better than that today. Oh yeah, of course. Which is even more imperative you understand how you've been tricked to begin with. Right? What is real, what isn't real. How your subconscious mind works. Right? How the programming works. It's not real. It's on Earth. This is a stock image from Earth with that spin edited. Black image. And this one, right. We're there now. Let's just read this one a minute. Earth and Moon, 1977, 13 days after launch. Jupiter Voyager 1. Oh, really? Oh, really? It's a photograph. You know what I mean? They've put it under photographs. All these things. You know, you've got composites, which are from data. You've got images that have been edited, which have got, you know, stock image from Earth, which has then got another fake image of, you know, on it, within it. This is what I mean. It's just, deception. It's just slimy. These people are so slimy. Sick of their lies. Sick and tired of it. But look. Ready? Let's zoom in on this. Where are you going? Let's do the moon first. Look at that. You can see a square box. Look. You think that's real? You think this is a real image? Look. Square boxes. Go look at the Earth. Yeah. Something's wrong with that, isn't it? For sure. And there's this one. Again. Asteroid. Let's read it anyway. Stock images are great, aren't they? These are the best they can do. It's pathetic. Yet people still believe it. Yeah, well, I'm doing this in the first place. Again, another just an image on Earth. Complete and utter fake. If it was real, again, it's another image from low Earth orbit. That's where a fisheye lens that then has had this bit completely edited out and that added in. I've not even looked at the edit. As I said, I've only done a few, but I guarantee you'll see boxes around them and things aren't right. So that's a real image, right? Doesn't mean she's in space. Obviously she's not in there anyway, she's on Earth, but fire. Yeah. You've got to ask yourself a good question, right? If there's satellites, why does NASA use observation planes still for everything? Kennedy. All real images. 10 months in low Earth orbit. Hero, absolutely. You know, like to do that. If they were just being honest and said, "Oh, we're just gonna," and then probably they were then, we're just gonna send a man up in low Earth orbit and see how it goes. But they obviously took it to the next stage and said they're going to go to space, right? And they've been to space and they've been to the moon, and contradictory, obviously they have. You know, everything's a paradox. It really is. Again, that can be taken from low Earth orbit on Earth. Yeah. Cool bullshit. Real image. It's not going to space though. Yeah. Never a real image. What the hell is this thing? Look at this. Look. 1964, and they're trying to reflect telephone, radio, and TV signals from space back to Earth from low Earth orbit. What's Elon Musk doing right now? Oh, stop clicking on it. Right, he's put this whole operation is now on Elon Musk, right? Putting up 5G. Let's call it, technologies in low Earth orbit to fry our brains. It's fine. Mine's fried already. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about anyone. It's fine. First television picture from space. Again, it's laughable. Oh dear. Real. And this one. Deep Impact. It's a comet. 2005. Again, it's not real. I mean, that there looks like a light with a rock next to it. Simple. And then they've just cut it out. Put the black in. Sorted. Stock image. Done. Comets coming this way. All this asteroid talk is basically them saying that there's wars, the war of the heavens is going on. Right, meteor showers happening right now all the time. Well, that's because there's a war in the heavens. But anyway, let me go back. They don't equate the two, that asteroids connected to UFOs. Meteorites, sorry, CGI. And this one here, again, real image on Earth, cut background. Photograph from plane. Or first attempt to do CGI using photography. I think that's a real photo. Again, not on Mars. They're not on Mars, they're on Earth. Just images from Earth. This is not real. The sun is in low Earth orbit. It isn't certainly not a ball of gas, hydrogen and helium. It is a piece of technology. It is disc shaped. Fake. No fake. Getting better at it though, aren't they, lot? But they're still doing the same technique as they did earlier on. Black out, make the curve, space. Bullshit. And never Fisheye lens camera, blacked out, add an image. Bullshit. Bullshit. Real. 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 But on Earth and or in low Earth orbit, but certainly not in space. They train in a fish tank. And if you don't know, research ISIS and bubbles. You know. You'll see bubbles popping up. Not real. A real image. That is probably a real image of Earth. Said that this is Jupiter. It's not. It's Earth. Again, lovely jubbly. Flight. That's disk. Go out to space. And if you research this subject, it's all deception. Right? You'll find out that in a field in England, I think it was, there was a crop circle, and on that crop circle was a message back from this. DNA, everything. Exactly the same way format that they used. I'm sure it was this one. 77. Yeah. Yeah, this crop circle appeared basically with all the information about alien DNA and all sorts of stuff. That we're light years away. It's deception. They've created a lot of the crop circles today. The government with their sound magnetic devices from low Earth orbit. Anyway, that was that. Those are the images I just showed you. Their images. Those are mine. Last one. Theirs. So, you can see that there is many ways to trick our subconscious mind, but I'm trying to show you that this is what they've done. You know, this blackness here, this is a real image from Earth, and they've just superimposed this black stuff on the background, and they've been doing it for a long time, as well as using other technologies today. Other means to keep deceiving you. This is not real. Look at it. It's not real. That's meant to be a shot from the moon. It's laughable. It's that one, right? That's what I mean. That's a cool photo. And again, face life theory. It's something to consider, isn't it? Please share, like, and subscribe. Till next time.